note that the Samajwadi Party, who have barely three candidates that they can push to the Rajya Sabha, has decided to back Kapil Sibal as one of them. A man who's not even joined the Samajwadi Party formally, but just because of the kind of equation that he's had with Akhilesh Yadav, it appears they've fully backed him for Rajya Sabha as an independent. Rajdeep, stay with us. Maushmi has been tracking developments within the Congress. Maushmi, what's the reactions within the Congress party? Have you heard from anyone? Are people reacting to this? Is the Congress more relieved than Sibal?
See, Nabila, clearly, the bandwidth of Kapil Sibal, he was a veteran lawyer, had fought many critical cases for the Congress party, was a big voice for the party in crucial critical scenarios as far as the legal battles is concerned. So that being set aside, the past few months saw a very, very tense relationship between the Gandhis and Kapil Sibal. The last nail of Kapil Sibal ending his association with the Congress came when the G23 rebels actually ignored and sidelined Kapil Sibal. And that was when Kapil Sibal actually had said that the Gandhis should step aside, attacking Rahul Gandhi, that if he was not interested in continuing leading the party, he should step aside. And that came just on the eve of the dinner of the G23 rebels. And perhaps the leaders realized that Kapil Sibal was simply out of control as far as even the rebellion, putting voice to the rebellion is concerned, because that was agreed upon that nobody would speak in the media. And thereafter, there were many attempts by Kapil Sibal to hold the dinner again with the G23 and other alliance partners, alliance leaders, but that didn't work out because the G23 perhaps...
Maushmi, we're going to come back to you, Maushmi, and fix that line there. But here is Kapil Sibal, seemed quite happy and joyous right after he filed his Rajya Sabha nomination as an independent candidate. Came out to speak to the media to say that he has filed his nomination as an independent candidate and he's always wanted to be an independent voice in the country. He says goodbye to the Congress on 16th of May itself. Kapil Sibal confirms.
We are all constrained by the fact that we are members of political parties and we have to therefore abide by the discipline of those parties. But I think it is important to be an independent voice. और मैं समझता हूँ कि जब एक निर्दलीय की आवाज़ उठेगी तो वो लोगों को फिर ऐसा लगेगा कि किसी पार्टी से जुड़े हुए नहीं हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि 2024 में एक ऐसा माहौल बने हिंदुस्तान में कि मोदी सरकार की जो खामियां हैं वो जनता तक पहुंचाई जाएं और हम इसका प्रयास करेंगे। मैं खुद इसमें अपना इसका प्रयास करूंगा। 16 मई को मैंने कांग्रेस पार्टी से त्याग पत्र दे दिया है।
आज कपिल सिब्बल जी ने किया है, वो समाजवादी पार्टी के समर्थन से राज्यसभा में जा रहे हैं। तो हमें उम्मीद है कि देश में जो बड़े बड़े सवाल हैं आज देश किस रास्ते पर है। आज बेरोजगारी सबसे ज़्यादा है, महंगाई रुक नहीं रही है, कानून व्यवस्था ध्वस्त होती चली जा रही है, हमारी सीमाएं सुरक्षित नहीं हैं, चीन लगातार हमारी सीमाओं के अंदर आ रहा है। तो इन तमाम बड़े बड़े सवालों पर मुझे लगता है कपिल सिब्बल जी समाजवादी पार्टी और अपने विचारों को रख पाएंगे।
All right, Akhilesh Yadav there confirming that Kapil Sibal, with the help of the Samajwadi Party, has filed his nomination. In fact, Akhilesh there confirming that Samajwadi Party has wholeheartedly backed Kapil Sibal because the man...
ऐसा है कि जब तक मैं कांग्रेस में था तो मैं इधर-उधर की टिप्पणी कर सकता था। अब मैं कांग्रेस में नहीं हूँ, ठीक है ना, तो मैं कांग्रेस के बारे में कुछ नहीं कहूँगा।
आप सीनियर कांग्रेस लीडर रहे, मतलब
मैंने बोला ना, जब तक मैं कांग्रेस में था तो मैं टिप्पणी कर सकता था, ठीक है ना। हम G23 में भी रहे। अब मैं कांग्रेस के बाहर हूँ, मैंने इस्तीफा दे दिया है। मैं नहीं समझता कि उचित है कि मैं कांग्रेस के बारे में कुछ कहूँ।
कुछ अफसोस कहीं सर है?
मैंने बोला ना, मैंने कुछ देखिए, किसी के साथ संबंध रहे 30-31 साल, ठीक है ना, तो संबंध छोड़ना कोई आसान काम नहीं होता, इतना ही काफी है।
थैंक यू सर। कपिल सिब्बल जी हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं।
All right, that's Kapil Sibal, who says he wants to stay mum over the fissures within the Congress party. He does not find it within his rights at this point, considering he's quit, to speak of the Congress party and its organization or its leadership. He is out of the party, and now wants to refrain from commenting on the kind of the issues that the grand old party may have. Kapil Sibal says it's also difficult for him to leave the party after 30 long years of association. It's not been easy, but he's now decided to be an independent voice. He's filed his nomination with the Rajya Sabha with the help of Samajwadi Party as an independent candidate, confirming that he's always wanted to be an independent voice, and now he finds the opportunity to be just that. In fact, Kapil Sibal was flanked by Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party chief. He was fully backed by him, but very interesting that he's not formally joined the Samajwadi Party. He stayed as an independent candidate while he's filed his nomination. Sneha has also been tracking those developments. Sneha, Kapil Sibal has not joined the Samajwadi Party. He's only quit from the Congress, has taken an independent stance here to file his nomination in the Rajya Sabha. So it appears that his fight here is not against the Congress anymore or the Congress's ideology. He seems to be very, or given up hope rather, over the Congress's infighting and the fissures and the factionism within the party itself, that he's now done and dusted with that. He wants to move on, be an independent voice. But it appears that his fight still remains the BJP as his central focus.
You know, what I think Mr. Sibal is trying to do, and I wish he'd answered that question himself, is that he's trying to use this to his advantage. The very fact that the Samajwadi Party is offering to give their side of the quota to him to enter the House of Elders, the upper house of Parliament, at the same time is leaving that little window of opportunity open as far as his decades-long association rather, with the Congress party, Nabila, is concerned. His problem has always been, and he's been very vocal about it, I told you earlier as well, among the G23 leaders, he is somebody who said, why can't we look beyond the Gandhis? He says it on the record, he says it off the record. Not many leaders in the G23 have spoken about this on the record. Sibal does so time and again. Is he then trying to ensure that he doesn't really burn his bridges with the Congress party, and hence is expressing his disappointment by wanting to go as an independent candidate with some support from the Samajwadi Party, which has been forthcoming now. It was forthcoming earlier in the year 2016 when the Samajwadi Party had supported him even the last time around. I think that is an option clearly that Sibal, Nabila, is looking at.
Right, I'm cutting across to Maushmi, who's with Pramod Tiwari, a congressman. Let's cut across. Maushmi.
Right, Nabila, we are joined by Pramod Tiwari, who is a senior leader of the Congress party and has worked closely with Kapil Sibal and all the veteran leaders of the Congress. Hardik Patel going, you have several leaders just leaving, you have Sunil Jakar and now Kapil Sibal, who goes to Lucknow and files his nomination from your state, from the Samajwadi Party.
मुझे इस पर कुछ नहीं कहना, इसलिए कि मेरे पास विस्तृत विवरण नहीं है, इसलिए मैं इस पर कोई प्रतिक्रिया नहीं करूंगा। जहां तक आने जाने का सवाल, राजनीति में जाना भी लगा रहता है, आना भी लगा रहता है।
नहीं, अच्छा ठीक, आप उस पर मत कहिए। उत्तर प्रदेश से उन्हें भरा है नामांकन, आप उत्तर प्रदेश से आते हैं और समाजवादी पार्टी ने उनको समर्थन दिया, तो कांग्रेस क्यों नहीं दे पा रही थी? उन्होंने कांग्रेस छोड़ दी।
मैंने कहा ना, इस संदर्भ में जब तक विस्तृत विवरण सब नहीं आ जाता, मैं कोई प्रतिक्रिया नहीं।
समाजवादी पार्टी को सहयोगी दल मानते हैं कि नहीं मानते हैं? आप सहयोग, तो कई लोग कह रहे हैं कि सहयोगी दल के पास ही गए।
इस प्रकरण में जब तक विस्तृत विवरण नहीं आ जाता, तब तक मैं नहीं।
जी, तो यहाँ पे you are hearing what Pramod Tiwari is saying. We were trying to seek a reaction from the Congress leaders. Now, Pramod Tiwari is well aware of the local state politics of Uttar Pradesh. There's not even one seat that the Congress can actually get with its MLAs just dwindled to 2. And that's a very sorry state of affairs despite Priyanka Gandhi Vadra being in charge of Uttar Pradesh. And then you have a Neta, a veteran Congress leader who's been a law minister in the UPA government. He goes and he quits the Congress, joins the Samajwadi, in fact, takes the ticket from the Samajwadi Party. He hasn't yet joined. But that speaks volumes about how dissension has rocked the Congress Party, how, it had come, the end of the road for Kapil Sibal had come as far as his journey with the Congress is concerned.
You know, Mashmi, while you're there at the Congress office, what's the sentiment among the Congress leaders? Because we know that Kapil Sibal, as much as he's been vocal, he's not got complete support from the party insiders either. So he almost was like a lone warrior within the Congress party trying to make his point, but not much support he received from the veteran leaders. None of them really had the courage to point fingers at the Gandhis or question the Gandhis' leadership. Kapil Sibal was the only man who really spelt it out time and again that one must look beyond the Gandhis. Do you think, considering that the Gandhis eventually sidelined him, was this a deliberate targeting that Kapil Sibal may have faced within the party because he questioned the leadership?
Nabila, I don't think it is in black and white, because even despite the G23 rebellion, there has been no disciplinary action against the G23 leaders. So it isn't that the Gandhis are going to throw him out or expel him from the party, despite his scathing attack at Rahul Gandhi. It is more about Kapil Sibal had lost friends in the party. He had lost friends even in the group that was raising.
Kapil Sibal lose strength within his own G23 delegation, which he was one to found.
Absolutely, yes. That's what I'm saying, that he lost friends in the G23. Nobody was returning his dinner invites. And somewhere they thought that Kapil Sibal was speaking out of turn. And he was not playing as a team player. It was more about when he wanted to speak, he would speak, despite an agreement between the G23 after Sonia Gandhi's outreach. So after falling out from the Congress leadership, if you remember, I still remember that in the Congress Working Committee, when the G23 were voicing their opinion, Kapil Sibal had put out a tweet saying that if Rahul Gandhi is saying that we are colluding with the BJP and we are acting at the behest of the BJP, and he named Rahul Gandhi in that tweet, then this is actually going too far. And Rahul Gandhi, in fact, saw the tweet in the Congress Working Committee that he never meant that the G23 were working with the cahoots with the BJP or working at the behest of BJP leaders. That's what happened during the Congress Working Committee, that had a lot of fireworks with the G23 pressing for their demand.
Right.
And the Congress.
Right. You know, Mashmi, stay with us. Abhishek Mishra also joining us. He's speaking to someone there.
खास बात के लिए मौजूद है कपिल सिब्बल जी। आज आपने नामांकन दाखिल किया, आपने कहा कि इंडिपेंडेंट तौर पे, पहली बात ये सब फैसला क्यों? इस तरीके से फैसला क्यों इंडिपेंडेंट तौर पे?
ये तो मैं चाहता था कि अगर मैं वापस, और मैंने पब्लिकली बोला था कि मैं किसी के दल में पेश नहीं होगा, शामिल नहीं होगा। आपको याद होगा मैंने एक पब्लिक स्टेटमेंट की थी। तो एक बार मैं पब्लिक स्टेटमेंट कर दूं तो उसके पीछे मैं कैसे हट सकता हूं? मैंने हमेशा जो कहा उसी का पालन किया, और इसी को सोच, इस बात को सोच में रखते हुए मैंने अखिलेश जी को कहा कि मैं चाहता हूं कि मैं राज्यसभा में जाऊं, लेकिन एक ही शर्त में कि आप मेरा समर्थन कीजिएगा एज ए निर्दलीय।
बिना किसी शर्त के आपको समर्थन दिया?
बिना किसी शर्त के कोई ऐसी बात हुई ही नहीं। किस बात की शर्त हो सकती है? वो ये मुझे एक मौका दे रहे हैं, मैं क्या शर्त रख सकता हूं? शर्त
आपने समय समय पे खुले तौर पर अपनी बातों को सामने रखा है, लेकिन कांग्रेस से इस्तीफा देना की प्रमुख वजह क्या रही?
नहीं, कोई वजह नहीं है। ये एक परिवार से हम जुड़े हुए थे 30-31 साल के बाद, लगा मुझे कि अब वक्त आ गया है कि मुझे एक निर्दलीय के रूप में, अगर मुझे सदन में जगह मिलती है तो मैं एक निर्दलीय के रूप में आवाज उठाऊं। यही एक वजह है। मुझे कांग्रेस से कोई खटाव नहीं है, कोई ऐसे कंप्लेंट नहीं है। मेरे संबंध आज भी बड़े अच्छे हैं, लेकिन इस्तीफा देने का वक्त आ गया था।
आप लगता है लीडरशिप को लेकर के जो सवाल कांग्रेस में चल रहे हैं उस पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
ऐसा है, जब मैं कांग्रेस में था तो मैं कुछ सवाल उठा सकता था, अब मैं कांग्रेस में नहीं हूं, और ये सही नहीं है कि मैं अब क्योंकि मैं कांग्रेस में नहीं हूं, मैं कांग्रेस के ऊपर सवाल उठाऊं। ये उचित नहीं है, मैं ऐसा करूंगा नहीं और न मैं करना चाहता हूं।
समाजवादी पार्टी के साथ में पहले भी आपने उनका सहयोग किया है, आजम खान को बाहर लाने में आपकी भूमिका रही, ये भी एक रिलेशनशिप आप मायने रखता है?
बिल्कुल, बहुत मायने रखता है। मेरे वैसे तो सभी विपक्षी दलों, हिंदुस्तान के सभी विपक्षी दलों के नेताओं से मेरी बड़े अच्छे संबंध है। इनके साथ तो खैर बहुत ही अच्छे।
उत्तर प्रदेश से आप करते हैं, हमारे साथ प्रमिला जी भी हैं। प्रमिला जी, आप उत्तर प्रदेश से तो आपका नाता है, ससुराल है एक तरीके से, किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं एक बार फिर से राज्यसभा का?
अब तो दूसरी बार आ रहे हैं और उत्तर प्रदेश से नाता टूट नहीं सकता। मेरी पैदाइश बरेली की है, मेरे फादर की पैदाइश बहराइच की है, वो यहाँ लखनऊ यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़े, मैं लोरेटो में पढ़ी, तो संबंध वो जीवन भर का संबंध है, बाकी संबंधों का पता नहीं। पर यहाँ पर जो लखनऊ से मेरा संबंध वो जीवन भर का है।
सर, आखिरी सवाल लूंगा, आपने 2024 में गठबंधन को मजबूत करने की बात की है और आप उसमें सहयोग देंगे, क्या भूमिका हम देख सकते हैं? राज्यसभा तो आप जाहिर है
अभी वक्त है, अभी 2 साल बाकी हैं, अब दिखाते हैं आपको।
क्या ये गैर कांग्रेसी संगठन होगा कि कांग्रेस?
अरे देखिए, ऐसा है कि ऐसी बातें इस समय जब मैं अपना नॉमिनेशन फाइल करने आया हूँ, ऐसी बातें उचित नहीं है।
साफ तौर पर कपिल सिब्बल सीधे तौर पर बात करते हुए और आज जिस तरीके से नामांकन उन्होंने किया है उस पर सीधे तौर पर ये बात कह रहे हैं कि गठबंधन को मजबूत करने के लिए ये नामांकन किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पर कांग्रेस से इस्तीफा देने की बात को सीधे तौर पर साफ नहीं कर रहे और कह रहे हैं कि एक लंबा नाता रहा, लेकिन अब समय था कि वो कांग्रेस से अलग होकर के एक स्वतंत्र तौर पर राज्यसभा पहुंचे। लखनऊ से कैमरामैन।
All right. Abhishek Mishra there, who's tracking Kapil Sibal. He's just spoken to him, asking if what was the real reason and the grounds for him to resign formally from the Congress party. Kapil Sibal refuses to comment. He says a long association with the Congress for 30 years. He's stayed with one family. एक परिवार के साथ जुड़े हुए थे. He says one family. He's been associated for 30 years. It's now time to go his own way. He wants to be an independent voice, and that's what he's done by filing his nomination as an independent cabinet. Let me cut across to Tariq Anwar, who's currently with Maushami right there at the Congress office in Delhi.
जो है भर दिया है।
देखिए, वैसे तो कपिल सिब्बल जी बहुत लंबे समय से कांग्रेस से जुड़े हुए थे। कांग्रेस में भी उनको तमाम जो महत्वपूर्ण जिम्मेदारी होती है, प्रतिष्ठा होती है, सम्मान होता है, सब दिया। लेकिन वैसे तो हर व्यक्ति अपने भविष्य के फैसला लेने के लिए स्वतंत्र है, लेकिन कम से कम उनसे
All right, Supriya there, India Today's correspondent, currently with Tariq Anwar. We're going to try and patch that connection there. Of course, Congress leaders reacting to this. It certainly has come as a big jolt because he was a legal beacon for the Congress party, undoubtedly. He certainly was one of their strongest voices, a great insight for the Congress when it comes to anything legal. Kapil Sibal was the man to look to. This strong senior Congress leader that once was has now decided to call it quits and disassociate from a family after 30 long years of association. He says, I want to cut away from the Congress party, from the family who've been at the helm of affairs after 30 years. It isn't easy, but I now want to be an independent voice. Let's take a listen again. In fact, Kapil Sibal, as he spoke, I'm going to cut across to what he said. For now, we're slipping in a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Do stay with us.